Hi, and welcome to English 2110, the summer edition. My name is Dr. Andy Brasenio, and I'm honored to be your instructor. So, I'm hoping for an enriching and vibrant class, and I want to do everything I can to make this class fruitful for you, right? I know that online summer classes are here because you need degrees, and I respect the crap out of that, quite frankly. But I'm also hoping that along the way, there's one or two things you can pick up on that stick with you. That's sort of my plan. That's how we're going for with this. Let's talk about being an online student, especially an online student during the summer. That's tough work. I want you to know that in advance. I don't want to scare you out. Quite the opposite, man. I want to invite you in. But part of inviting you in is letting you know what you're getting into, right? So we have to do a whole semester's worth of work in 4 weeks. That means that we are doing 1 week's worth of work about every 3 days. Yikes. You know what I'm saying? It is doable, right? For the record, the normal expected work rate for this class is 3 hours every week, right? Roughly. So that means that you need to do 3 hours worth of work every 2 or 3 days to stay on top of stuff. That is what we're expecting here for this project. Now, because I know that schedules are complex, and I know that you signed up for an online class, which means asynchronous stuff, it doesn't do you a ton of good if you have a due date every 2 days. That some of you might find that really, really difficult, and that's not what I'm here for. So what I'm done is I've divided the schedule up and given you a suggested schedule, but I'm actually only taking up your assignments in two big chunks. So that lets you work on your schedule at your pace. It puts the ball in your court. But it does mean that you need to make sure that you're on top of doing this work and doing this work on your own, right? So that's what's up. So what can you expect from me? Okay, so I will be logging in to grade your assignments every 3 days. Every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday for sure, and usually more often than that. I want to grade your work as soon as I see it. I want you to be able to have your grades as soon as I can. For certain, I will grade everything that is turned in um, within 48 hours of the first major deadline, the halfway point of the course, and by the end of the day on your second major deadline. Okay, so which is the end of the course. So that way you can depend on me to grade your stuff regularly. That is my plan and purpose. Sometimes we all get behind. Sometimes I'm working hard and I don't get it all done. We all know what that's like. And I hope that you will extend to me the same sort of courtesy you would like should it come that way. But honestly, it shouldn't be that big of a deal. And I'm looking forward to giving you guys what you deserve. Quite frankly, you should expect to hear replies from emails with me as close to immediately as I can during my skated office hours, and within 24 hours otherwise during the week, and by Monday if you send it to me over the weekend. Okay, that's the rules for me. Yeah. That being said, I also want you to know that I'm super into being contactable. I want you to get in touch with me. There's a phone number on the front page of Moodle that lets you send me text messages. I really enjoy being accessible to my students. If there's a question that you have, go ahead and send it to me. Worst case scenario is that I'll send back a real quick response, or yeah. What's the worst? What's the worst that can happen? That's what I'm here for. Cool. I wanted to talk to you briefly about the textbooks. So there are two of them. They are The Breakbeat Poets, New American Poetry in the Age of Hip Hop, and New American Stories edited by Ben Marcus. I chose these books for a couple of reasons. First off, they're cheap. Right? These two books individually are usually cheaper than any one anthology that you might be buying for any other class or renting for any other class, right? So that's my first big deal. The second reason that I picked them is that these feature stories and poems that were written within the last 15 years. That are written for the most part by living and working writers. And I think that's really important. Quite frankly, so often in literature, the focus is on historical literature, right? Like classical literature. And while that stuff is great and it has its place, I say that since many of you, this will be like the only literature class you ever take, why don't we read something by people who, if you like it, they could be more books from. Likewise, I am a creative writer, so I think it's only it's self-serving for me to try and create people who like to read books by living people because I'm not dead. Um, anyways, so the other reason that I picked these books is that they feature a lot of writers from communities that are maybe not as focused upon in other classrooms, and I'm trying to create a historical issue with my own textbook choices. Because they are contemporary, and because they do feature, non-mainstream communities, specifically like Black communities, like in a major way. Some folks aren't find that difficult for them to learn, and I understand, but it's a summer class. We'll be doing with each book for only 2 weeks, and I hope that yeah. If anything else, I think it keeps it more relevant. I think it keeps it current. I think it means that the books that the poems and the stories that we read have something to say about the world that we live in today, and that's what I've got. Okay. I wanted to let you know that most of the videos that you'll view in this course are ported over directly from my uh, fall and spring teaching of this course. So what they'll do is they'll say it's week 7, and it means in our terms that that's module 7. I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry for not having the time to re-record all of those videos. As I am actually re-recording several of them right now due to a data exchange issue. None of you guys' problems. In either case, so yeah, that's the deal. And also, if you see me like changing appearance mildly, that's because some of the videos were recorded a couple of years ago, and this one is recorded in 2022. So this is now me. And you can see, yeah. Anyways, I'll refrain from that joke. Okay. Other than that, I just want to say thank you very much again for signing up. I really appreciate it. And again, any question you might have, please let me know. Talk to me about it, and I'd be happy to help you. Okay. All right. That's what I got. Thanks very much. Bye.